Welcome to the Judith TV show. Form, today's hottest celebrity relationship gist, secret romances exposed, shocking breakups shaking the internet, and couples everyone is talking about. Which gist do you believe? And which is just hype? Stay tuned for more. Welcome to the Judith TV show.
Hello, dearies. These numerous posts by Yul Edochie, from respect to dump to move on to men, your respect about your peace is not negotiable and all that. And then, if my father asks me for anything, those numerous posts within a couple of days, I hope all is well. I just hope all is well. You know, Yul is one person that has refused to accept the fact that all is just not well, but we want to play along and then agree with him that all is well, so that as he's doing it, we'll be saying it. But to be honest, for such a man to come out at this particular point in time and is making those kind of posts, I just don't get it. Initially, it was which one came first? If there's any lady, wife that doesn't respect her husband or something, husband should dump her and then go and pick somebody that respects him. From there, he entered. If you place your or another man, whether your pastor or your boss or anybody, on top of your husband, the husband should do whatever thing. From there, he entered into if my father asks me for money, I'll give it to him. I will not even ask him what he wants to do, whether he wants to give it to a lady or wants to throw it into the river Niger. How about you? To be honest, all is not well. Oh. All is not well. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is the Judy TV show. In here, I talk about marriage and marriage-related trending issues. And my name is Judith, with a little touch of fame or just a little touch. So, friends, I just want to let people know, because I saw a lot of reactions where some people are saying that, that he's referring to May and other. Yul is not referring to May. Yul is referring to Judy Austin. Yul is not referring to May at all, at all. He is referring to Judy Austin. I said that because we recall last year, December, when Judy Austin marked her birthday, Yul refused to come. Yul was not even in town. It was after much pleading. Judy Austin was sending people crying. Somebody, played a voice note of it where she was crying and begging you. People will laugh at me, don't do this to me, and so on and so forth. So it has been that time that you started all this, gradual withdrawal. Then once in a while, I mean, he will show face and everything. So for that time that Judy marked her birthday, you refused to come. He refused to show up. Like I said, it was after much begging, after much pleading, after much persuasion, to the extent that that he was alleged that he was paid, either his transport was paid or fuel or whatever thing, it was alleged that time before he now agreed to come. When he now came, Judy Austin was happy. If you see the way Judy Austin was placing her hands on him, you just know that he was just managing the situation so that the guy will not get angry and walk away. It was not like the time it used to be like, because she is the one that is marking her birthday. So you expected her husband to be the one that will be, hailing her, commending her, like he used to do, Queen of Capricorn and whatever. There was nothing like that. It was the other way around. It was now Judy Austin that was now hailing him. Recall. So you managed after a while, and then went back to Asaba to do one or two movies before the controversial one that somebody engaged Judy Austin, that you now have to go to Asaba with you, only for her to get there rather than her to go in quietly and do her movie and then collect her money and go away. No, she started taking selfie in front of the hotel, not knowing that the name of the hotel was showing, and she posted it. People saw it, and the people started running into town with that. And then they now said that it was this other lady, Esther Sky, and all that. You all know the drama that followed suit and everything, to the extent that the producer now asked her to apologize to Yul, be to Judy. Esther said he wasn't going to do that. I like that because that shows value. Instead, she just left the place and all that. And then after everything, I wouldn't know when Judy now came to Abuja and everything. And then the next one we now saw was when you now went, after that incident, you came and made a video and said that his friend is going to take a chieftaincy title somewhere in Delta State, and that is going to be there. And he was now telling his fans that, let's all go there. As per, if I go there, I will post the videos and the pictures to carry you guys along and everything, only for you to actually attend that event or that ceremony, but with Lizzie Gold, not with Judy Austin now. So he didn't go with Judy Austin. That tells you that all is not well. But aside that, much as there's a cover up and everything, people now started dragging Judy Austin. Some were also dragging Lizzie Gold and all that. Are you ready to be the third wife? Look at the man you're following. He doesn't have anything, or blah blah blah. It's made that has been sponsoring everything and all that. I think that was why Lizzie Gold now came out and made that video that she made. It wasn't a video of, oh, I'm sorry, or a video of I'm withdrawing and I said, I cannot leave you. I love him. He has invested so much into me, into my career, and so on and so forth. We all saw the video and everything. So the reason why I am now saying that is Judy Austin is that I came across a video, not one, not two, that was now alleging that there's a producer that gets along with Judy, or Judy Austin gets along with. So she now told the guy, her experiences, what she's going through, and of course the guy saw Yul and Lizzie Gold in that event, whereas Yul has a wife, and there was no reason why. It's not as if Judy Austin is sick or something. If you're talking about the children, they have a nanny. When they went to Asaba for that movie, who was with the children? And even if it means calling the mother to stay with the children while she goes with the guy to the ceremony and all that. However, Judy Austin now reached out to that producer and now told him, what is going on and all that and all that. So, in tears and all that. So the guy now promised to help her, that is going to help her too. Because if he should leave you like that, that's how Lizzie will now take over and then abandon him and the children. That the best thing is for her to get a place in Asaba that will be closer, so that all of them will now be living there together. Then you will not have any excuse, to now say that he's leaving his family to go and sleep outside and everything. So the guy was now helping Judy Austin to now look for a house in Asaba so she can relocate with the children without the consent or without telling you. Eventually, when you will now go to know, you will now say, no, you can't do that. You can't move to Asaba. What's wrong in where you are staying in Abuja? Stay here in Abuja. If there's need for you to move to Asaba, I should be the one that will tell. I should be the one that will get that arranged and everything. So that now became brought about a quarrel between them. The Judy now say no, that if it is this way that you're going about with Lizzie Gold and everything, that she's going to me, because you can't abandon the three children for me to do what will I do with them? How do I start? Where do I start from? I can't go back to my acting career because of what is going on in social media, and here now you are not there, you are now following another person and everything. So Judy Austin insisted that she has to move to Asaba. You will say, no, you cannot come. So that's why he was now saying, he made that post and now said, any man that disobeys, any woman that disobeys her husband, the husband should dump her, and then, get himself the one that respects her. That is, Judy Austin, if you disrespect me, I will dump you and move on with Lizzie Gold. Judy, what is his name now? He made another post where he was now saying, any wife or lady or girlfriend or so that places either her boss or her pastor or whoever on top of her husband, that the husband should dump her. The same thing he was just saying, because that producer, was now telling Judy Austin, don't worry, I'm going to help you, even if it is with the money, then I'll assign you to some roles so that, you start paying me back and everything. So you sees it that, she's now placing that producer above him, because Yul is divorced, officially divorced, from May, since January this year. So there's just nothing again. Anything he's doing, calling the name of May, he's just, that he wants to catch cruise, but it's just Judy Austin that he was referring to. So he now made another one where he was saying that if his father asks him for money, that he will give the man without looking. Before he the man finished saying he will give the man the money without asking him questions, whether he will now give the money to a lady or throw it to the Niger or whatever. That is none of his business. That he will just give the man the money and then make his father happy. That one you lie very very well. You lie because story has it again that it was Daniel that Euro asked for money. Can you imagine you? Can you imagine how Euro now belittled himself? Ideally there's absolutely nothing wrong, in the girl giving her father money if all were well. Because if all were well, even three of them would have been doing, or even as a family, they would be doing an influencing job. I recall there was one time Two-Face, Annie and Two-Face was still together at that time. Annie, Two-Face, and I think three or four of their children, they did, I can't remember, for one beverage like that, they did a family advert for them. So it's possible that it could have happened with you if all, were to be the normal way, everything were to be okay. But since, it has been to your tent, oh Israel, now Daniel is even making more money than him. So he's now asking Daniel for money. And when Daniel now said no, that he doesn't have money to give to him, he now said that he respects his father. How do you respect your father? The same father that you went and said he was not aware when you went and picked Judy Austin, and you didn't tell him and called her an anti-infested faggot. The same father that told you to do away with this lady and you promised him he was going to. So he accepted the first child, that is Tadike, and then you continued, which was why he did not accept the second boy and this last girl. Now you are talking about respecting your father. I recall when you made the post initially when he said that God don't suffer. God, but anyway, God no suffer, but at least God is able. Is able to fight for himself. Is able to put everybody in check. You claim that God told him to marry a second wife. That things will progress for him, that his first wife will be okay, and that the second wife will be okay. That is what you said. How can God speak against his word when the word of God says that do not be treacherous with the wife of your youth? We all know what Yul did to me. And then Yul is now claiming that God told him. So with time, it has been proven that God didn't say anything to him. Maybe it was just his thought or his mind that says something to him, just to justify what he did with Judy Austin. Meanwhile, the husband of the woman, that is Judy Austin, Emmanuel Obasi, has been crying foul that, his two children has not been, he has not seen them, or he has not had access to them for the past 10 years or something. And then you is fully aware and is not saying anything. And that's the man that said he loves his father. If you love your father, there's nothing wrong in that. That's the right thing, But the same girl you're asking for money, when she graduated, I think the last 1 year, the last 2 years of her graduation, May alone paid about 21 million naira because of the school the girl attends. And when eventually this girl graduated, till today, you has not graduated and congratulated her. Not only that, a few days ago, this girl marked her birthday. You did not congratulate her. So, and the same girl, you are now going to ask her for money. How? How do you want her to give you money? Just how? And you now came, in a blackmail form that, you love your father and everything. You forgot that the girl is also part of the family. She knows what is going on. She understands one or two things that is going on. That if you really respect your father, what is playing out now will not play out. And I like to, at this point in time, to say to parents, listen, for all parents, when you observe a serpentine character in your child, any of your child, be it a male child or a female child, please deal with it that time. Whichever way you can deal with it. Being firm, use a carrot approach or stick approach, whichever way, but deal with that character that time, that is that level. Because if you don't, you know what is going to happen? That child, that character will grow up to become a dragon, and it will be almost impossible for you to be able to contain it. It will almost be impossible for you to handle it. That's why it's necessary, when you observe that kind of a serpentine character in a child, deal with it that time. Kill it that time. Deal with it that time. So that it doesn't grow with the child. Because if you leave it, it grows with the child and it grows to become a dragon. That time it becomes difficult for you to handle. And that's exactly what is happening in the case of Yul Edochie now. As it is now, how do you go about it? Apparently, you felt that, if you should put such a controversial post, that people will react on it, because he said he lost to be talked about, that people will react on his page and everything. Funny enough, People will not go to his page and insult him and delete it and come to their own page or any other person that posted it and be, reacting there. So he didn't get much reaction. Facebook doesn't pay so fantastically these days. And he didn't get that much reaction or much views or whatever. But for some people that went there to, watch the or read the post and everything, they reacted, cursing him, abusing him, and they will delete it. So it's not counted for him. So at the end of the day, you find out that, go this way, go this way. You will see, I don't know when you will sit down to tell yourself the truth. I just don't know why. Before your very eyes, May has gone. May has gone. And even your children, like that, this Daniel now, it is as a result of what he saw or she saw you do on social media. Not only to her mother, but even to herself and to her siblings. Was it not in her very eyes that Kimberly passed? And then you were now dancing with the other woman. And the other woman now came and said that you are love, come and so on and so. You didn't caution her. They had seen all these things. There was another lady, I can't remember her name, during the time Sarah Martins was supporting Judy Austin, that came and was threatening Danielle that, is going to unalive her and so on and so forth. That people started accusing Sarah Martins that she was the one that, she knows the lady and that she was the one that said the lady. Sarah Martins came crying profusely, swearing with her life that she doesn't know that lady. She only did a giveaway and there are to 10 people like that, and the lady was amongst them, and that she was not the one that sent the lady. In fact, I think it was at that point in time that what is her name? Sarah Martins now had a rethink of her support for Judy Austin, and they now started supporting May. You, that time that lady said that thing, you did not cough as a man. You did not cough. And that is the same girl you are now asking for money. If you are Danielle, how will you give her? How will you give the money? How will you honor your father if you are Danielle? Of course, you will not. We heard one or two times that you raised your voice on your father over this Judy Austin matter, and here you're saying that you love him. Aside that, they say lion they born lion, abi. So your father is a lion. He gave birth to you a lion. You myself, you gave birth to another lion, and that is Danielle. So why do you now expect her to be different from you? If you claim you are stubborn, then you have a she stubborn here. So how do you now expect her to be? You will see, the earlier you tell yourself the truth, the earlier you find a way to, like, gather yourself together, the better for you. Okay, I'm not against if you have a relationship with Lizzie Gold, or if you're having a relationship with her and everything. You said you're a proud polygamist, but is this how you are going to run your life? For how long is it going to be like this? By the time you're done with Lizzie Gold, maybe there will be another person. You start following that person. For how long are you going to go about this? For how long are you going to go about your life this way? Are you the only man that saw ladies, pretty ladies, or has colleagues or something? For how long? And Judy Austin was smart enough. People were telling her that, Madam, be mindful of the number of children you're giving. No, she didn't mind. She was just pumping them children out like that. And you were spurring her on because you kept on telling her, I need a football team. I need a baby girl now. The other day, you even came and said it's time to give you, to pregnant you for the fourth child and everything. And here you are trying to leave them to go. Where do you think you're going to? Where will you leave her and the three children and go to? No, you can't leave her now. No, 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 no. You can't leave her. You asked for those children and you are the one that named the children. In fact, that second boy that your father didn't accept, you named the boy Peter. That is the name of your father, and they need to be the name of your grandfather, then Yul Edochie. So where will you now leave the boy to go to? Did the boy offend you, or did the first one offend you, or did the last girl offend you? Where will you leave them to go to? I just believe that you just want to create a scene so that otherwise, if you're thinking of leaving them, you better don't think so because it's not going to work. Okay, but the only thing is that Judy Austin, just know it all that as it is now, you'll no send, you'll no send at all. There's a way you go about this thing, then you will abandon you and these children. You just suffer to bring them up. Maybe the same way you hid Obasi's own, you end up adding his own for him. But just know that Yul is not a Mr. Obasi. They are two different human beings. So there's a way you just need to apply wisdom. You did the same thing to somebody else. So, but that is not even the issue now. So, you apply wisdom on how to handle this thing. Otherwise, if this man feels, oh, you are disrespecting him and just walks away, he just walk away and go away. There's no person to caution him. Oh. You can't go to his parents because they say they don't know you. So, there's just no person to caution you. It is just you and him, the way you people have been doing it. So, you better know how to apply wisdom on how to handle this. You better know how to. I think the hyping is no longer working now in Teje, Ezike, Nike, I think it's no longer working now. So we better find out other things that will be working so that you use that to get him to be, taking care of you people. And then you too, if there's anything you find out you can do, you do it. You mustn't be coming on social media. You must have you go set ring light. If your husband spill it, be whatever. At the end of the day, you reach your turn now. You know if you do 'em. So you mustn't come out on social media to be saying what you know that will make people to hate you the more or to drag you the more. You can quietly find something else that you'll be doing, that is so peaceful that be giving you money and order for the sake of these children. Because the journey has just started. I think they are still in nursery. They are just in nursery. The senior one should be about I don't know, maybe about 6 or 5 or 6 or 7 thereabout, let alone the small ones. So the journey is just about starting. You have not even started. So they are trying to do this gara gara that you is now saying you are disrespecting him and order. That would be enough reason for him to walk away. And there's nobody that will call him to order. There's nobody that will tell you, oh no, don't do it. There's just nobody. If the parents are supported, or if the parents were aware that they went to marry you and then they supported that, you can go to the parents and then they will call him to order and order. But you know that there's just nobody. There's nobody. So apply wisdom. Oh. That's just my counsel to you. Apply wisdom. While you're waiting for him to come around, maybe because there's no money in his pocket and all, that's why he's acting this way and acting that way. In case things gets worse, apply wisdom. But if it gets better, to God be the glory. That's all I have to say in this video. Dear friends, I'm certain that a good number of us must have seen those posts of you. The thing is just flying everywhere, like that people have been cursing and cursing and cursing. And like I said, one funny thing is that people will come to their own pages and be reacting there, not on the page of you, because he expected that people will react before, where people are not reacting there, okay? So, that's all I'll just have to say on this video. But I just want to let people know that it's Judy Austin that Yul is referring to. It's just like this her best friend again, Uche Obodo, that came out recently and said, God, Tondabi Ogun kill buy all the side chicks, that somebody broke her heart 4 years ago, and Keneko, everybody was like, is it Uche Obodo that is saying this? You that was supporting Judy Austin. So at what point in time did you now realize that side chicks, are causing more harm than good? At what point in time that you now realize that? So she herself is also against Judy Austin now. So you find out that Judy Austin, that's why I told you that, look, the best you can do is apply wisdom, because a lot of people are, busy withdrawing from you. A lot of people are busy withdrawing from you, so that at the end of the day, you don't do it in such a way that when you do it, you'll be left alone to, cater for these children. And that, to me, might be too much for you, since you don't have any tangible thing that you're doing now. Because I've not seen you act any or write any movie, in recent times, except for this controversial one that you went to Asaba to go, and now that Esther Sky was also there and everything. So apply wisdom to the person. Just apply wisdom, because even Uche Obodo, you can't call her now to listen to you. You cannot. Or is this Sarah Martins? Who will you call now to listen, except for maybe Augusta, your sister, or your mother, or this other woman that is in Germany? What is it in Canada? But I don't know how willing that person will be willing to like assist you. Even though the other one that is in Germany was just saying that he wants to invite you to Germany so that you can come and stay with her for 1 month and all that. But I don't know whether she means only you or she means you and the children, because I don't see the possibility of you going to stay there for 1 month and leave your children for, okay, maybe for your mother it's possible. But we've not seen the lady do that, because it's since last year that she has started saying that. So please, so that when you go there, you know whether you can plan to now relocate or something and now be under government welfare, Anyways, just apply wisdom, okay? And to the earlier you tell yourself the truth, and then, work on yourself, the better for you. May has gone and May has gone. And you'll be shocked to your bones that somebody will come, a clean, responsible, neat guy will come and marry May. You will be shocked to your bones. All these ones, people are saying street lady, street queen. They're just saying street queen as how. But even with that name, those names that they are calling her, somebody will just come and pick her and then decide to, spend the rest of his life with her. That is God for you. There's nothing he cannot do. But I wish you all the well, my brother. But the earlier you look into what is going on with you, and then see how to, arrange what, be able to like handle what you can organize, amend what you can be able to amend now, the better for you, okay? Friends, that's all I want to say in this video. Please, as usual, I call for your comments at the comment section. So let's further the conversation there, okay? At this point in time, I'd like to thank you guys for always watching my videos. I'll see you guys in my next video.